So I made it off the mountain. It took me about a day and a half after reaching the summit to get down, and I'm now made it safely and soundly in Cape Town, South Africa. So yesterday was spent 100% just in travelling from Kilimanjaro to Nairobi, then to Johannesburg, and then Johannesburg to Cape Town. So, as seems to be the common theme in the trip, one of my flights were delayed, but never mind that. It all went well in the end, so that's what I should be grateful for. But in terms of lessons, as I thought of, as I went down the hill, start naming it Lachlan's Life Lessons. Your head goes to funny places when it needs something to entertain itself, when it's been walking, when all you've been doing is walking for 5 or 6 hours. But anyway, so first thing, the last day before going to summit, so going to base camp, which was the last camp before you go up to the very top, it's just desert. There's not much to look at other than the peak of the mountain that's just looming in front of you. And there was a point there where I was just so, I knew what was going to be ahead of me, and I knew how tough it was. There was a lot of worry, especially with how many people I knew who had tried it and had failed, whether I could do it, whether altitude sickness was going to affect me, that I found it quite difficult to look at the mountain, and it's hard to not look at it, especially when there's not much going on. It's right in front of you and it's in your face. It's funny because I had to kind of get over that fear of looking at it, because I thought to myself that if I'm worried about it now and can't even stare at it and it's still a good distance away, then it's beaten me already. So I made it kind of a thing that I just looked at it, and eventually it became just part of the scenery. It was just another thing around me. That was just an important thing for me, and I think the lesson there is just confront what it is that is blocking you or what you might be worried about. And if you notice there's something there that you don't want to acknowledge, it's probably good that you draw your attention to it. There's a reason for that. Secondly, you don't realise it because you're going up during the night time, but just how difficult it can be just going down, because there's not much there in terms of a road. It's almost like a goat's track, and it really goes to show that during the night you can't see anything. All you can literally see is it's all black around you, and you've just got the light of your headlight, and you're following the feet of your guide in front of you. That's your whole entire world. Whereas when the sun and all the lights lit up, I think a lot of people wouldn't even attempt the mountain because of just how full on it looks and so much harder and difficult. And I think the lesson there is a certain element of ignorance is bliss, but also on the flip side, that it's easy to go into things blindfolded and just following it step by step. But also maybe things that look hard aren't as hard as they would seem. Because during the day you'd look at this mountain and go, this is impossible. When you break it down into the small steps of just following the footsteps in front of you, then the mountain becomes so much smaller and easier to do. Third one, I bring it to the present, which was today. My first proper day in Cape Town arrived late last night after my delays. I got to catch up with a friend, and she'll be following me through most of my time in Cape Town. She lives here. We met a couple of years ago and spent maybe a week together in Egypt doing a tour there, and we've stayed in touch. And so it's been 4 years since we'd last seen each other, but what a great time we had today. Like, it wasn't even 4 years ago. Like, it could have been 2 weeks ago that we'd seen each other. And when you have a good friendship with someone, I think that speaks volumes of how it doesn't matter the distance or the time between seeing each other. If the puzzle pieces fit, then they're always going to fit, as long as you don't change who you are and you stay true to yourself, and you were that way to begin. Then I think that's incredibly special, and that was a big reason why I'm doing Africa, is just making the most of that friendship that I have. And it may not always be there. In 10 years time, for whatever reasons, we may drift apart, but while we know each other and we are still kind of in touch, I think that just makes the whole trip that much better, because Cape Town wouldn't be the same without that extra layer of uniqueness and of having someone who is local. And yeah, it just makes the whole thing so much more special, having that friend there. Friendship's a special thing. But that's it for me, probably a longer one. It has been a couple of days since I last did mine when I reached the summit, so thank you for putting up with me. But that's it for me. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow with day 2 of Cape Town. Bye.